What's going on, everyone? It is Super here, and oh my god, what a crazy freaking day today is, or is starting to be. We still have the Watchtower a little bit later on, but not only did we get the first 3 characters that are going to be coming as DLC, which are, by the way, the 2 most fan favorite characters plus Sub-Zero. I'll be talking about that a little bit later on or in a future video, but we got a little glimpse, little silhouettes, little teases of the other 6 DLC characters, and I'm not lying in the title, do not worry, I'll get to that in a bit. Just want to mention, it is my birthday today, Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. Leave a like on the video for that. I would really appreciate it. But here we go. Alright, so I had to make a video about this literally right now because the trailer just went out. I'm gonna edit my reaction video. I'll upload it right after this. But I had to make a video on this because this is nuts that they gave us the silhouettes for all 6 of the other remaining DLC characters that we're gonna get. And oh my god, Twitter blew up when this happened because I didn't notice it in my reaction video because, you know, I watch it one time, I go back a little bit, I went back to, you know, just check out Starfire, Sub-Zero, and Red Hood, how they looked. So I didn't even notice this, but I got a couple people tweeting at me, and I actually blew up this picture or this screenshot at 1080p. I'll leave it linked in the description on my Twitter if you guys want to check out like the full 1080p resolution, but I would have showed it on the screen right now. But take a look at these 6 silhouettes. Now a lot of people might be saying it's a placeholder. You know, there are some obvious characters, more specifically Raiden right there in the middle of the right 3 characters, and Black Manta in the middle of the left 3 characters. Those are like the most obvious characters ever. But this happened for Combat Pack 2. They actually showed silhouettes before they actually revealed the DLC characters, and they ended up being those specific characters. Like for Alien, a lot of people thought, including myself, that it might be Sindel because the elongated head looked like the giant hair for Sindel, and it ended up being Alien. So these silhouettes, other than Raiden and Black Manta, these are actually silhouettes for those characters and not placeholders. There's no way that there's going to be other characters. So those are the 100% guaranteed characters if these are not placeholders. Now the other 4 characters are a mystery. So I'll give you guys, you know, I tweeted about this. I've been looking at this, just trying to figure out anything about these characters and who they could be. So I'll give you guys you know, some replies that I got on Twitter from a lot of people, and I want you guys to leave it in the comment section who you guys think these other 4 characters are. So the one all the way in the right hand side of the 3 characters on the right side, the only female character by the looks of it other than Starfire, which is surprising. I really thought we were gonna get around 3 female characters, but it looks like if these silhouettes are correct, it might only be 2. So a lot of people are thinking that this is Vixen. Now, like I mentioned, it could be a lot of people. You know, the hands don't look like, they look pointy, you know, like claws. So definitely a possibility right there. I think out of all the female names, just a lot of people really think it's Vixen. Moving on to her left, obviously it's Raiden. You could tell it's Raiden if moving on. So this next one to the left of Raiden is really interesting because there's a lot of people saying that it might be Beast Boy as a gorilla, like transformed into a gorilla, and then when he comes in, he transforms into his normal base, you know, self. So that is a theory, a very popular theory going around on Twitter right now, that is actually Beast Boy, but then when he comes in, he transforms into, you know, the base Beast Boy normal self. So I could definitely see that happening because the characters like come in from the shadow and come into the light and reveal themselves. So there's definitely a possibility of that happening. If you guys remember, for the Combat Pack 2 reveal for Triborg, it was actually Triborg coming forward, and then he transformed and he showed off that he was Cyrax Sector. And oh, it wasn't Cyber Sub. Cyber Sub came later once we found out he was a hidden variation. But, you know, he transformed from the regular Cyborg to Cyrax to Sector. while he was like walking forward. So it's definitely a possibility of that being Beast Boy and him being like a gorilla and then coming forward, transforming back into his base self. At first, I'm like, maybe this could be Spawn, because I'm just grasping straws here, because honestly, none of these characters look like Spawn, and it makes me incredibly sad that none of these silhouettes look like Spawn. But I was thinking like, oh, maybe they're making him bulky and big, because there's a lot of different variations of Spawn. None of them have a hoodie on or anything. It looks like either this is like a gorilla head, or, you know, a giant character's head, or it's someone who has a hoodie. Spawn, I don't believe, had a hoodie in any of his, you know, variations. So it would make me really sad if he didn't make it. But I mean, we got a lot of characters that we've been requesting for, so I'm definitely not gonna be like incredibly nitpicky. If he doesn't make it, he doesn't make it. There's always Mortal Kombat 11, and we all know that Spawn does fit more into Mortal Kombat game. I just thought, and everyone else thought, that he's been such a requested character, it would make sense for him to be, it would also make sense, I should say, for him to be in a comic book, you know, game, because he's a comic book character. But we'll see. If you guys have any idea of who that left character is next to Raiden, let me know in the comment section. Now, moving on to the left section of the last three characters on the left. So the first one right there on the right side of Black Manta, a lot of people are actually saying that he looks like Rorschach, because it looks like he has a trench coat on, and his head is definitely, this character is definitely wearing something on his head, either that or maybe he has like horns or something like that. Not really sure. Most likely he's wearing something on his head. It definitely looks like he's wearing some sort of trench coat, and it's been teased in the past by Ed Boon, putting out, you know, this poll. Usually when characters go on polls, there's some legitimacy to those characters making it into the game. You know, for example, Red Hood, Sub-Zero, Starfire, all these characters won their specific polls when Ed Boon tweeted the polls. So it definitely could be a possibility that it is Rorschach. Let me know what you guys think of that suggestion from the good folks at Twitter. You know, like I mentioned, I'm just like looking at these, trying to figure out anything, and so far, you know, obviously the only obvious ones are Raiden and Black Manta. So moving on to the final character to the left of Black Manta, and the character looks a lot slimmer for sure, but maybe it's just like the perspective, because the character, it looks like he's all the way in the back, and when he moves forward, obviously he'll get bigger and, you know, more proportion to the other characters, because right here looks like, you know, Black Manta is just gigantic. Same thing with Raiden, but it's probably just because of the, you know, perspective of the characters. They're like moving forward. So the one all the way in the left, he looks like a fighter. I don't know. It could be, like I mentioned, it could be anybody. These are just silhouettes after all. So I'm just looking at the silhouette right now, trying to figure out who it could be. Let me know in the comments section. A lot of people, you know, were thinking that maybe Booster Gold could make it. You know, that's definitely a possibility right there. Definitely fits the shape of his body, you know, slim, fit. But I don't know, guys. I just wanted to make this video to let you guys know in case you missed it as well, because I definitely did when I first saw the video. When I went back to watch it a second time, that's when I'm like, oh yeah, there's definitely something back there. So that's gonna be it for today's video. Again, write in the comments section who you guys think these silhouettes are. I really honestly do not think that they are placeholders, because NetherRealm has done this before with the Combat Pack 2 characters, and they ended up being completely legit. No troll placeholders like the silhouettes in the character select screen. That's just before the game comes out. I think these are definitely legit. So that's going to be it, guys. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys next time. What's going on, guys? It's Super here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you guys subscribe or check out any of these videos linked at the top. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.